Hi, I'm Erin from erinbusby.com, and I just wanted to touch base after going to Barbie's Dream House and sharing that experience with you because I was really kind of discombobulated after, and I really wanted to mention that I didn't get my clarity of thought or of memory back until about half an hour after I'd left the mall completely. And I was so hyper stimulated, so hyper saturated from the lights and the rapidly shifting light and the layers of sound, both the music and the video screens, but also the commotion of being in an environment with lots of people. The motion from the video screens and from little kids running around and from being guided on this moving tour through a massive space, 30,000 square feet of super, super pink excitement. And it got me thinking. So I've mentioned Brecht's idea that art shapes society, or that art can be used to shape society. And I really noticed that that might apply to an event like this. It's highly theatrical, and it I felt like I was opened more to it than had those elements not been there. Had it just been 30,000 square feet of installations, I think I would have gone through with a more critical mind, which, when you get into the idea of what stories are being told and why, gets kind of interesting. I thought there were interesting things, like there not being any food in Barbie's kitchen except for candy, or in her freezer, or that when she's celebrated, it's usually because she's had hundreds of jobs. There are photos on the wall of her running for president, or being an astronaut, or being a veterinarian, and the one that she's presented as having in this more real life size version of her is as a model, and combined with no food. And the thing that she's most frequently denigrated for, which are her unrealistic proportions. I mean, if she was a 5'6" woman, to have the neck proportions linked to circumference that Barbie has, your chances are 1 in 4.3 billion. And to have the natural waist size of Barbie's, which at that height would be 18 inches, you have a 1 in 2.4 billion chance. Just for reference, that's what Dita Von Teese gets down to with a tight-laced waist training corset. So those things were there, and there were also some interesting choices around when and where Barbies of color came in, or the gender relations. There was also a really interesting moment that where Ken was buffing Barbie's car, and he lost control of the buffer and smashed her window, and came up to the window conspiratorially and goes, shh. And so there's a lesson about dishonesty is funny. There were lots of little moments where there were digs about masculinity or lack thereof, or just lots of little moments that made me wonder why we take something that is not admirable and make a joke out of it, and actually promote something that you wouldn't want to teach somebody else, most likely. So yeah, I just wanted to recap and talk about how how theatrical it was, and how the theatricality created this suspension of critical thinking. And just start maybe wondering when there are moments like that in your day-to-day life about how we're represented as women, as adults, as I don't know, whatever you identify as, what's the social commentary about that, and how do you either contribute to that or resist it? So anyway, that's the last thing I want to say about Barbie. We are moving on to more empowerment, getting in front of cameras, and embodying ourselves fully in person. So looking forward to doing more videos. Talk to you soon. Bye.